All right, hello everybody. We have a different kind of video than normal today, but one that should hopefully be pretty fun to make and one that could be pretty controversial if we get there. But today we are going to be ranking every single NFL team's home uniform. This is of the 2024 season. I haven't seen any like updated home uniforms so far for 2025, but if any of those do come out, I'll make sure to put a little note on screen. But yeah, let's get into the rankings. Up here at the top tier, we are going to rename this. These are going to be the best jerseys in the NFL. These are going to be the ones that I think just look spectacular. This is going to be our elite tier. These are going to be the best jerseys in the league. And then if we go down, we're going to replace our A tier with the great jerseys. Home uniforms that I think don't necessarily need to be changed and that just look pretty good. At the B tier, we've got just solid. They're gonna be okay, nothing spectacular, but you're not gonna want to turn off your TV whenever you look at them. Below here, we're gonna go to the C tier. We're gonna rename that to just kind of our meh, not great. They could definitely use maybe a reskin, maybe a rework, maybe just a redesign in general. And then at the D tier, we've just got straight up bad, which are going to be the jerseys that just don't look good. And then just to make it clear, we're not really going to go based off like if they're historic uniforms, what they mean to the city. I'm talking just, does it look good? Does it represent the team well? Now, there are going to be some cases where it's like the whole team is kind of built around these colors and the history behind these colors. Then yeah, we'll make a little bit of an exception. But for the most part, we're going just pure, do they look good or do they look bad? Well, let's go ahead and get started because it's already been 2 minutes. We're just going to start off, just go through the order. We've got the San Francisco 49ers. Frankly, these are great uniforms. They look really good. I'm a Cowboys fan. I do not like the 49ers. I hate their team, but I credit where it's due. Those uniforms are clean. The gold and the red, I think they just work really well together. They complement the logo and just the 49ers like feel as a whole really well. So I can't hate on that. Chicago Bears, not gonna lie, these jerseys aren't that exciting. They're pretty disappointing. Just dark blue and orange. It's not a good color combination. I don't think it looks good. And then yeah, it's gonna be all, oh, but they're historic. I get that, but frankly, I just don't think they look great. That's just me. If you disagree, that's fine. I don't think they look super spectacular. The Bengals, they're just these jerseys here. They're solid. Obviously, they have some much better options. They're all white jerseys. They're all orange jerseys are way better. If they made their all orange, their home uniforms, I think those would be so much better than what they're currently rocking. But this black and the white and then the orange helmet and the orange socks, I don't think that looks bad. I think it looks decent, kind of just middle of the pack. Buffalo Bills, same deal, just kind of solid. Like I like that dark blue, the white on the helmet, the white pants, and the blue socks. They don't look bad at all, but they're also nothing spectacular where you're like, wow, that was awesome. They should not ever change these. Just kind of the middle of the road. The Denver Broncos, they do have these new uniforms with the orange and the blue helmet, the white pants. I don't think they look great. I was really disappointed with their redesign. I don't think they really look that good at all. I think they could have done much better. Frankly, I'm not a big fan of the whole dark blue and orange as a color combination, as you can see down here with both the Bears and the Broncos. But that's just me. Yeah, Broncos uniforms could be better, but not terrible. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns, and this may be controversial. I think these uniforms are really good. I really like these Cleveland Brown uniforms. I think the brown and then the bright orange just complement each other really well. I think most things about the Cleveland Browns is pretty terrible, pretty poorly ran. But I think when it comes to their color scheme and their like overall uniform design, I think it looks super good. That dark brown with the uniform and then the bright orange, bright pants. Like, oh, I think it looks great. I think those are some of the most exciting ones. Cardinals, these are, they're not great. Just kind of red and white. Nothing spectacular, nothing exciting. I think if they went like a full red, like an actual Cardinal, like with red helmet, red pants, red jersey, red socks, if they just went red out, I think that would be a lot cooler. But it is what it is. And next up, we have the Chargers. I'm debating between either elite or great here. These are super good uniforms. I love that light blue. I think the white complements it really well. That logo looks super good on the helmet. I think we're just going to put them in great for now, because I do have a couple that are going to make their way up to the elite tier. I don't want to make that too crowded, but I really like that Chargers uniform, and I think it's really clean. And a super important factor that I haven't really mentioned up until here is the font, like the actual font of the numbers and the names, because some of these I will get to, their font, it's kind of just whatever. Some of them, like the Chargers, I think it works really well. The Chiefs, they have great uniforms, the red and the yellow, and then the white. It all kind of works together super well. I think it all looks great. Not spectacular by any means, but I think they are really good uniforms, and they're not going to get changed anytime soon, just because the whole like Chiefs identity is kind of just that bright red and that yellow. But I do think those are super good uniforms. All right, and then next up, we are going to have the Indianapolis Colts. Frankly, I love their uniforms. I think the Indianapolis Colts have some of the best uniforms in the league. I think that just dark blue is just like a super cool color. And they are pretty similar to the Bills. I just think that the blue, the Indianapolis blue, is it's a lot better of a blue than that of the Buffalo blue. I think that those jerseys are just super sick with the white pants, the dark blue, the dark blue jersey, and then the white helmet, and then the font, the Indianapolis Colts font. It's perfect. It works really well. It all ties together. So for a team that's doing pretty bad, it looks like they're going to be pretty terrible this year. At least they have some really sick jerseys. Next up are going to be the Dallas Cowboys. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, as I said earlier, but I'm not going to overly glaze when I don't have to. I think these are simply solid uniforms. I don't think they're anything super special. It's just white, light blue. I do think the gray helmet with that Dallas Cowboys star is pretty tough. Everything else, just kind of middle of the road. They look like alternate jerseys or even just away uniforms, which aren't bad by any means, but having them as your home uniform, I mean, it's fine. I wish we had like our dark blues as our home uniform, which we hardly ever wear, which sucks because they're so cool. We really only wear the white. We maybe have like 4 or 5 seasons, not seasons. We only have like 4 or 5 weeks a year where we actually use those dark blue uniforms, which sucks. They should use them more, but it is what it is. Next up is going to be the Miami Dolphins. These uniforms are elite. They are so good. I don't care. I think they look awesome. That light blue really just encompasses like Miami and the Dolphins really well, as well as that orange, like the light blue and the orange, and then that Dolphin logo on the helmet. Oh, it's just so clean. I think it looks really good. I really like that. Not much to say about it. Their throwback uniforms are spectacular. If those were their home uniforms, that would easily be like elite plus up here, but they're not, and that's fine. Next up is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I think these jerseys are bad. Just kidding, that's a little dramatic. I think they're just kind of meh. I don't like that Philly green. I don't think it looks great on a uniform. Obviously, it's Philadelphia. They're going to disagree. But they're not like terrible, just kind of whatever. I don't like the fonts on them. I think the font's kind of lame. The logo on the helmet is tough. That helmet is awesome. Having this helmet with the wings right here, the only reason they're not in bad tier, but I think everything else about their jerseys are just kind of whatever. I'm going to go ahead, I'll put them at the top of med tier because I do think that they're better than the rest of these down here, but I don't think they're as good as anything else up here. Next we have the Falcons. These jerseys are terrible. They don't look good at all. They're just bad. Having the black uniform and then the black helmet, black socks, and then just random white pants in there. Why do you have that? It looks so out of place. Just go with like a full black, or even do like full black but then red uniforms. Kind of like what the kind of like what the Bucks have. Obviously a little different because they're division rivals, but I just don't think these look good. The font for the number in the jersey, it looks bad. I don't think it's exciting at all. Definitely need to rework on there, but it is what it is. Next up is going to be the New York Giants. Also, I don't really love these jerseys. I think just the random dark blue helmet, and then just the kind of whatever normal dark blue jerseys, and then the white pants is nothing exciting. There's nothing really unique about them. They kind of just like exist. Like they're just kind of there. That's that's really about it. Next up is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to sound crazy. These are some of the best jerseys in the league. I think those look awesome. I love the red and then the black, or I guess the pewter pants with the red stripe going down the middle, and then that kind of like metallic black helmet that the Bucks are rocking. I think it looks super tough. I think that the font on it works perfectly. I think it just looks really good. Love those jerseys. Those are spectacular. All right, and then next up, you're gonna have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty whatever jerseys, nothing exciting. They just kind of exist. I like the dark, or I like that teal blue. I think if you committed all the way doing teal blue, uniform pants and helmet, it would be a lot cooler. But having that teal blue and there's kind of like the black helmet up there, it's kind of just whatever. Not super thrilling, but not terrible either. Yeah, next up is going to be the New York Jets. I really like that green, but I'm not a huge fan of just having those white pants. I don't think they mesh super well. I think if they did maybe like a dark green uniform and helmet and then black pants, I think that would be a lot cooler. Kind of like their alternates. I think if those alternates were their home jerseys, those would be a lot cooler. But we're talking just normal, strictly just their basic home jerseys. I do think those are really cool. I love that dark green. I think the dark green is a really good color. I think the dark green of the Jets is a lot better than the dark green of the Eagles. It looks more vibrant, it looks more exciting, it looks more characterable, even though the Jets suck and are super lame. I love those jerseys. Those are great. The Lions, these are also pretty solid jerseys. I like that light blue. I think the gray on the helmet is pretty cool. I think if they had the gray, like the exact same gray also going for the pants, I think it will work a little bit better, although it would be pretty similar to how it currently is. I do wish they kind of had maybe some like white stripes down the pants, something like that, that could give it a little more pop. But I don't hate it. I think it looks pretty good. Packers, these are awesome uniforms. I'm debating between either elite or great. I think I am going to go with just great though, because I don't think it comes really on the same level as any of these three, but I do think that the Packers have really awesome uniforms. And of course they are historic. We're not really going into that. But I think the dark green and the yellow, pretty rare like color combination, like one that's not seen much in like popular sports anymore nowadays, since like the Supersonics really. But I think the dark green and the yellow, it works perfectly. I like their helmet with the green stripe down the middle, yellow pants. It looks awesome. Really like that. Panthers, these jerseys, they just kind of exist. I don't think they're super anything spectacular really. I think they're better than these. I don't think they're great or elite. I think if they replace the black jersey with like a light blue jersey, if they did like literally the exact same thing as they have here, but with a light blue and white jersey and then like white socks, that would be super cool. But that black is definitely not bad at all. I think it looks pretty decent. Helmet's a little boring, but you know, it's a helmet. What you gonna do? But all in all, pretty decent. Next up is going to be the Patriots. Not going to lie, these jerseys super lame. I don't like that they have full dark blue and then just like a random white helmet. I think they should commit all the way. Either do dark blue, white, white, or dark blue, dark blue, dark blue. I don't think having just one and then everything else be a different color, I don't think it looks good. I don't think it's super exciting. That being said, I think the font looks really good on there, and I think just like the general feel of it could be worse. So just kind of whatever, middle of the road. Next up is going to be the Raiders. These jerseys are elite. They are so cool. That black and then the gray with the Raiders logo. Oh, it's so tough. I love it. That's such a good jersey. They look really good, really exciting, really like kind of dominant. Like the Raiders may not be the most like dominant team in the NFL, but you look at those jerseys and you're like, wow, that's nice. That black. No other team does black like the Raiders do black, and they do it good. It looks really good. I love that. Next up is going to be the Rams. I think they're pretty solid jerseys. Nothing super crazy. They just kind of exist. That dark blue, I like the dark blue. I think the yellow, like the ram horns on the helmet, also looks pretty cool. Besides that, kind of just middle of the road. Next up is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. These jerseys are really great. I think they look super cool. I love the dark purple and then the white pants and then the black helmet. I think it all kind of complements each other really well. The font, the Ravens font looks really good. Like the yellow complements around like the logo and everything like that. I think it looks really cool. So those are great. Definitely great jerseys. Next up is going to be the Saints. These are also pretty great. I think it's a little too much black. I think if they maybe put a little bit more yellow gold like down the pants, something like that, it would be an easy elite tier because the jersey and then the helmets itself look super cool. It's just a little too dark down here. I just wish they kind of kept the feel going instead of just doing normal black pants. But besides that, it looks super cool, and I do really like those jerseys. Next up is going to be the Seahawks. These are pretty solid jerseys. I used to think they were a lot better than I currently do. I do think they need a little bit of a rework. I think they need a little bit of a redesign. Keep the general feel, of course. I think like the lime green accents on that dark blue looks really cool. Frankly, this is too harsh. I'm going to move them up to great. I do think if they just got a little bit of rework, maybe had like some more light green kind of scattered in there, maybe changed up the fonts a little bit, it'd be pretty cool. I will say on their helmets, I do not a huge fan of how the Seahawk continues to go all the way back and then connects at the back. I'll put a picture on screen just to reference what I'm talking about. But I think it's pretty cool jerseys all around. Steelers, these are elite for almost the same reasons as the Raiders. I think the black and the yellow, no other team can do black and yellow like the Steelers do black and yellow, and they do it really well. The yellow stripe down the black helmet looks super cool. The yellow pants and then that black jersey with like the italics font looks sick. I think it looks really good, and those jerseys are super awesome. Next is the Texans. Honestly, that's kind of meh. They're not exciting. I know they did some I know they like redid their jerseys this last season, and they're definitely better than they were before. It's still not spectacular. I think just like the dark blue and then the white on the bottom is kind of lame, but for the most part it's just kind of there. Could be better, but could be worse too. Could be considerably worse, like the Tennessee Titans. These are the absolute worst jerseys in the league. I don't know why they haven't been redone, anything like that. They look terrible. They look so bad. Tennessee Titans, it should be a light blue like the Houston Oilers blue, not this like dark blue wannabe Panthers, wannabe like Texans, wannabe Patriots. It should be a light blue. And then when you have this ugly dark blue on the jersey, the helmet, the socks, and then just the random white pants thrown in there, it looks so bad. And then the font on here is terrible. The font looks so bad. I think it's ridiculous. These absolutely need a rework. There is no worse uniform in the league than the Tennessee Titans. It's the absolute worst. They desperately need a redo of jerseys, and I think it's coming pretty soon, especially just because they're working on that new stadium, new era with Cam Ward. I could see them getting new jerseys in the next 1 to 2 years because definitely need it. Moving on to a much better topic, the Minnesota Vikings have elite uniforms. Those are super cool. I love that purple. I think the purple is a little bit stronger than the Baltimore Ravens purple, but still really awesome. I love the purple and the yellow, and then like the Viking horns on the helmet. I think those are so sick. It really just does like, Minnesota well. Like it's really cool jerseys. I think those look spectacular. And then last, but not least, but not great either, is going to be the Washington Commanders. These are their older jerseys. They did get some new ones this season, which definitely aren't bad either. I'm going to put them in the solid tier just because I think they're not terrible, but they're just kind of boring. Their old school Redskins jerseys were so much cooler, but everything about the Redskins were just cooler than the Commanders. What it is, I think their new jerseys are pretty decent, but nothing great. Yeah, all in all, that's my entire list. That's all I have in bad tier. I only have the Falcons and the Titans because I just think they look terrible. But everything else looks really good. If you have anything else you would change, if you have anything you would do differently, any rankings that should be different, let me know in the comments. I'll most likely try and read through a couple of those. And yeah, if you want to leave your own list on what you think are some of the best and worst jerseys, I'd be more than happy to read those as well. Yep, that's about it. And if you have any other ideas for what I should tier list, let me know as well. All right, bye.